Have you ever stopped to think about where some of our most common words come from? It turns out that languages are not isolated islands but are constantly interacting and swapping verbal treasures. Languages primarily adopt words from others through a process called loaning or borrowing, which happens when speakers of one language regularly encounter speakers of another. This constant interaction leads to new words filling gaps or simply offering more expressive ways to communicate. It is a natural and continuous process that enriches a language over time. This borrowing happens for several compelling reasons. One significant factor is contact between different cultures through trade, conquest, or migration. Imagine merchants exchanging goods and needing terms for new products. Another reason is prestige. Sometimes, words are adopted from a language perceived as more sophisticated or modern, like French words entering English to describe cuisine or fashion. Technological advancements also drive borrowing, as new inventions often come with their original names, for example, internet or pizza. Additionally, some words are borrowed to fill a lexical gap where a language simply does not have an existing term for a concept, item, or idea. So, how does a word actually make its way into a new language? Typically, a borrowed word first appears as a foreign term, perhaps used only by those directly involved in the cross-cultural exchange. Over time, as more people use it, the word begins to adapt to the sounds and grammar of the receiving language. This adaptation is called nativization. It might be slightly altered in pronunciation, spelling, or even meaning to fit seamlessly into its new linguistic home. For instance, the English word garage comes from French but is pronounced quite differently now. A fascinating insight into this process is the concept of a calque, also known as a loan translation. This is when a language does not borrow the word itself, but instead borrows the meaning or structure of a foreign phrase and translates it literally using its own words. For example, the English phrase Superman is a calque from the German Übermensch. Another example is flea market, which comes from the French marché aux puces. This demonstrates a deeper level of linguistic influence than just adopting a single word. These adopted words are often called loanwords, and they reveal rich historical connections between cultures. Understanding how languages borrow words not only expands our vocabulary but also offers a window into human history, cultural exchange, and technological progress. It highlights that language is a dynamic, living entity, always evolving and adapting. By recognizing these loanwords, we gain a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of our global community and the fascinating journey of every single word we use.